How to get a busy girl? Fellas, check out my review article, if you want. It's about the best enhancer ever. It's right on successanimation-reviews.com. So you know, some people love their jobs. Dating a busy person, or in the worst case a workaholic, can present its own set of challenges when it comes to keeping your relationship in a good state. Most people aren't super invested in their jobs. They don't care enough about them to put their relationships on the back burner. But if you just so happen to start dating a workaholic, you will quickly realize how difficult that can be. You have to work a bit harder to maintain a healthy relationship than a lot of other couples. And believe me, it will not be easy. But if you care about this person and even admire their work ethic, the extra work is worth it. Society tells us to value relationships more than work. For a lot of us, this is just what we believe. We grow up learning that the relationships you build are more important than your job. This can be completely true if you're not someone who has what you believe a very important job. But then there are people who end up with their dream jobs. The one thing they want to do most in life is right in front of them, and that can make any romantic relationships a lot more difficult. You're fighting against the norm here. Knowing how to make sure you come out on top is crucial. Dating a busy person and keeping your relationship healthy. Once again, you will have to work hard. It might get difficult at times when you feel like their job is more important than you. But if you're ready to take on this challenge, here's how to make sure your relationship stays happy and healthy. 1. They have to be willing to work for it. 2. You can't be the only person putting forth an effort to make it work. When their job becomes the only thing they care about, your relationship won't last. This is the very first thing you have to figure out when you realize you're dating a workaholic. Ask them if they're really in it, and then see if their actions reflect what they say. Only then can you move forward and try to schedule time together. They likely have a very busy schedule. That means you'll have to find your way into it. Sometimes that means you both have to actually schedule time together. It's like planning for date nights, except you might just be planning time to hang out together uninterrupted at home. 3. Visit them at work. If they're at work far more than you are, go ahead and visit them if it's allowed. You don't have to stay long. Sometimes all you really need to is bring them a coffee and give them a kiss. That can do a lot more for your relationship than it seems. This selfless act isn't just doing something kind for them. It's also supporting their work and making an effort to be there during your free time. 4. Support their work endlessly. When you're dating a workaholic, you need to remember that they're passionate about their work. That's why they do it so much. You have got to be supportive of it if you want your relationship to work out. If you're not, they'll see that. And if they're a workaholic who really cares about what they're doing, they won't want to be with someone who doesn't see the value in what they do. They'll choose their job over you if you don't support them. 5. Learn more about why it's so important. Get to know their job better. Ask them why it's so important to them that they have to be working all the time. Sometimes all you really need is a better understanding of what's going on in their head in order to make your relationship work out. 6. Never cancel date nights. Both of you have to keep this rule. Your scheduled date nights are one of the only things keeping your relationship normal. You have to have that intimate time. Unless an emergency comes up, you should never be allowed to cancel date nights. And if you absolutely need to, they have to be rescheduled ASAP, preferably for the next day. Having that time to bond and have a sense of normalcy is too important to ignore. 7. Make sure to stay involved with their work life. Try to help out. Why can't you put forth some effort to integrate yourself in their work life a bit? Not only will it help you spend more time with them, but it'll be really meaningful to your partner. They'll see the effort you're making, and it'll feel like they finally found a teammate, someone who understands their priorities. 8. Communicate when you feel neglected. You have to be able to talk to them. There will be times when their work will start to take over a bit. You have to be able to tell them when you're feeling neglected so you can get back to a better place. And they have to be open to receiving this, too. It'll be easy for them to get upset and try to justify their actions, but they can't. They have to be understanding and make some time for you again. 9. Pick up the slack at home. Your significant other works a lot. You likely work a lot less than they do. That means you'll have to pick up some slack for them. If they have to work all the time and then come home and do a ton of chores while you've been doing relatively nothing, it'll upset them. Work together to find a happy medium. You obviously don't have to do every little thing, but if you try to make it so you're doing equal work, your relationship will benefit from it. 10. Use the time they de-stress from work to bond. After they come home, they'll want to sit down and not do much. They're tired and they need to relax. That's your opportunity to get close and have some intimate time. Give them a back massage or rub their feet. Make them a dinner so you can eat together when they come home. It's very simple stuff that can make the biggest difference in the happiness of your relationship. 11. Never let your sex life lag. This is crucial. When your partner works a lot, they'll be tired. But the thing is, sex is really important. It's time for you two to connect and actually feel like a couple. So if you have to, schedule time for it. Don't let it slack. 12. Ask them what they need from you. They're busy and they work a lot. The best way to know how to make a relationship work with them is to ask how. Ask them what they really need. You might be surprised what they ask of you. When you're dating a workaholic, things can get really confusing if you're not sure how to handle it. These tips can ensure your relationship stays in tip-top shape. Here are some rules to handle your busy woman. 1. They are not a last-minute plans type. If you text them at 2 p.m. wanting to see them at 6, sorry, but it's probably not going to happen. Their calendars are usually booked solid, so no, they probably can't meet up for a random drink, and no, you can't stop by to watch a movie. They would love to hang out, but please plan in advance. They do well with notice. 2. Spontaneous sleepovers can mess up our schedules. When things are going well and you ask them to spend the night, they'll probably say yes, but don't be offended if they get up at 6 a.m. and leave your apartment. It's not that they are not into you, it's that they have a ton of stuff to do the next day. 3. They can't give big chunks of time up front. When they meet their dates for dinners, shutting down the restaurant with laughter and conversation would be great if they had a time. If they seem to be cutting things shorter than you had hoped, it's not a sign that the date went horribly. It's likely that they're on to their next thing or home to bed to rest up for another crazy day ahead. 4. Men think they are uninterested or playing a game. If the guys they are into don't think they are flat out uninterested, they think they are playing hard to get her playing a game when they dodge dates they suggest. When they tell you their schedules, they hope that you will be able to make plans with them in the spaces they told you they're free. They are not playing any game, that's just how it is. It's as simple as that. 5. They are not good at going with the flow. That sounds like a nice idea, but it doesn't always work for them. Their schedules are pretty precise, so as much as they want to go with this flow everyone seems to be in favor of, it's just not built into their nature. They like structure and organization. 6. Not knowing where the relationship is going drives them crazy. When they date someone they actually like and they have been out with a few times, they will start to get anxiety about where things are going. It's not that they want to rush things, they just need to know if they need to make time in our schedules to continue to grow this budding relationship. Are we doing this thing or not? Let them know, because if not, they have stuff to do. Seven. Cancellations or turn-offs and sometimes deal breakers. Nothing annoys them more than last-minute cancellations of plans. If you're sick or there was some type of legitimate emergency, that's cool, but otherwise, they are legitimately frustrated, so don't be surprised if they are not enthusiastic about rescheduling. 8. They need confirmation of plans. It's not that they are control freaks, It's just that they're actually busy and want to be sure everything is still a go. Chances are, they have a busy work life that they balance with their social calendars, everyday life responsibilities, and maybe even a dedicated fitness routine. Because of this, they treat their dates like appointments and they need to confirm they're still happening. 9. Lateness seriously annoys them. If you're not on time, they're totally judging you. Not just because you just cut into the time they have scheduled to spend with you, but also because lateness is just plain rude. 10. They hate wasting their time. Because their time is precious and they don't have a lot of it, so if they have made some for you and it doesn't work out, they feel genuinely defeated until they bring themselves to try the struggle all over again. 11. She's not ignoring you. It's not that she doesn't want to text you back or return your calls. She's got a lot going on. She will get back to you as soon as possible, but be patient with her. 12. Her time is valuable, and your time with her is valuable, so use it wisely. She doesn't have a lot of free time, but that is probably obvious. So when you do get the chance at a chunk of her time, use it wisely. She doesn't want to figure something out, she wants to go somewhere, do something. Use the time you get with her to make memories she can remember while she's on the run and missing you. 13. She needs support. The busy girls need your support, almost more than others. She needs you to keep her sane and remind her that she can do everything she jumped into. You're her rock. If you give her the support she needs, she will give you the world. 14. If she invites you to events, take the opportunity. You may feel like you don't know all of her since she is always somewhere else. If she has the chance and invites you to events with her, she wants to show you what she's involved in. This is her way of bonding with you while she is out and about. She wants to show you part of her life. Take this opening. 15. Her schedule is unconventional. The time she has available is not the norm, so don't be surprised if she asks for a 6 p.m. coffee date. She oftentimes has midnight phone calls too. Bottom line is that you have to be prepared for anything at any time. 16. It's not about having time, it's about making time. The busy woman in your life may not always have the time for everything, but she will always make time. The important things will permanently be on her calendar. The busy woman is the queen of moving things around to fit how she wants, allowing time for the big things. She will make time for you. 17. Her heart is being pulled in a lot of different directions, but now she is fighting to give you as much as possible. She has a lot of things on her mind and her heart, but she will give you everything she can. She will fight for your relationship with tenacity, but you need to know how to handle her lifestyle and what she needs from you. You mean a lot to her and her schedule will always include you.